I'm Linnea Farish, and I am one of the speech language pathologists at Bynum School. I am also a pediatric feeding therapist, so I do work on skills like chewing, swallowing, all sorts of things that are related to feeding from here up. So I know that a lot of parents at Bynum School have kids that have feeding difficulties, and I do see a lot of kids there for feeding therapy. Unfortunately, every kid is pretty different when it comes to feeding. The root causes are very different, and so we have to treat each kid very individually. Usually there aren't a whole lot of strategies that I'll use that are the same for every kid. But I know that you might be wondering, like, well, what can I do right now that we're at home? I would say if you have a picky eater or a kid that is having a hard time chewing foods, there is one thing that you can do at every mealtime, and that is sit with your kid while they're eating and show them you eating foods that they A, don't like, or B, are not chewing. So you're gonna open your mouth super big and start chewing for them. And then they're gonna observe you, and they're gonna try, hopefully, and imitate that down the line. In addition to that, when you're having meal times with them, try and provide kind of this set variety of foods. So you want to provide multiple foods. One of them should be a puree, so something like yogurt, applesauce, barbecue sauce, Chick-fil-A sauce, something like that they can dip things in. Lots of kids have texture issues and they freak out. You can use a paintbrush or like a veggie straw to just paint using those things if they're nervous about them. In addition to a puree, you want to have what's called a hard munchable. These are things like lollipops, stale Twizzlers, frozen French toast sticks, super big carrot stick, things that are hard for kids to get a bite off of. Those teach really good biting skills without having a choking risk. So I love to have those out. Having a meltable, so something like a puff or a yogurt melt at the meal time, and then also having something that's like a table food but kind of softer, like ground beef, cheese, let's see, sweet potato cubed, roasted sweet potatoes, tater tots, things like this is the other thing that we'll have at meal times. So that's just like kind of a quick thing that you can do at your house to start naturally teaching a progression of chewing or getting rid of picky eaters. The last thing I will say about picky eaters is that if you bring out a food that they are freaking out about and do not want to sit at the table for and do not want to watch you chew, just have it at the other end of the table. You can even cover it with a paper towel and then uncover it and slowly move it closer to the kid. I'm all about systematic desensitization, which means we're slowly desensitizing your child, your picky eater, to these foods that scare them or that they're not familiar with. If you have any other questions about feeding therapy, you can set up a consult with me online, or feel free to email me any of your questions at lfarish, Farish, @bynumschool.org. Thanks so much. Have a great day.